Hi again. So, how are things going? As always.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s.
Oh.
She must be. It's cold out here, but she's not. Where everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
I'm going to the tent. Typical delinquent.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I know. I should have been... May I ask? What did you tell them? Oh, right. That's wise. Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of the... She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent... And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab. He stopped right before he got to the floor. Then just hung there like that.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh...
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. Why? I guess so. Anyway, what else? No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Superstition. We can turn a grim desolation into a fun dance club. And thus this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact mic records sounds from inside things. Like this.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No, you're welcome.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside of solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
An entire litany spews forth.
Man, you are one weird cop. What is it with you and this Mike guy? Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me. I'll keep that in mind for future use. The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium. Oh man, You haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Elysium.
Hey, didn't Piss and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
A skull thing? Man, you...
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person. Say you're cool.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just record... My boyfriend's... I don't know, man. Things.
A lie. They were probably
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. I don't really know what I'm doing. They used...
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape.
Take this, your code.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat. Go ahead. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Sorry. I just don't tell people about...
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver...
A silver bird. Feels strangely familiar. Was it an expression? And if yes...
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
What is? Okay.
Something changes between you two.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? My associates? I haven't got much to... Of course I do. I just don't tell people...
To the cops.
Me?
A silver bird.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later. Okay.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end. So locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused by...
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh.
The dome-shaped plastic ball. A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds, another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of...
Another empty trap. Always up for a good job. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
A row of ghostly shades facing the crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing. A cold sea wind. Nothing has changed. This trap's not too. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north, in the east, with the constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, the reeds by the abandoned. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there?
The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to...
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the felled building, the reeds by the abandoned. The later it gets, the colder.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitaragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext, young carp, and the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is...
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has...
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferro... They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got...
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer the...
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to be... They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being... What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short...
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the... What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Womty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
In fact, I'm not. The Womty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the... But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself...
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld Playback Experience. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. But of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it...
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions. No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to...
Pick your brain, if anything. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40, dripping water full. There's rust and corrosion on the bars.
No, I won't even try. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife...
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie. Mexican origin. The pin is an...
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your... You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
Haha, nothing like the gratitude of a good woman.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but... I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the...
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called...
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped.
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have a...
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation? Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now. And brought some great news too.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does...
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here.
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our... Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity? Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed. As though shaken. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost...
Delinquents. My favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please,
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Suze around.
After this is your last chance to...
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants... Morel, it's been fun. Really. But I need a bag.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Sue's Rainty today, though.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
Kuno saw you wield that can. Sweet graffito action, pig. Kuno likes that delinquent shit. Kuno's part is, you're just shit at life. Now what's your case with Kuno? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his...
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't co- Kuno doesn't fucking care.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts, like skyscrapers, spires of dirt.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well. Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making...
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid... But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid is imp...
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of the girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds! Don't let him, Kuno!
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting. So that's what this is about. Without a word, she disappears entirely. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence. Just long enough to make eye. She doesn't know whether to be glad because Kuno is finally convinced of the lameness, or more worried because of his continued use of the first person singular. Kuno is Kuno, not I.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not...
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was...
Hello, officer. I think I all... So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience...
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick.
You're right, you're right. We can come back...
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia.
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after...
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means...
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does...
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him.
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at... Damn that girl.
And without anger, A long and harsh...
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? She's usual. Yes. I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Yes, early with the...
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it...
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
I cleaned it, like I always do. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of...
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly... How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't...
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See?
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her, not that I knew of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieu she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to live quietly, but...
It's a peninsula.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back...
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater?
No, you can do it. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces.
What do you want with a...
That's an excellent question, man.
Aye. Laundry fetchers are you getting a reward for it at least? What? You're fetching someone's...
In fact, he does.
None of my business. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of one thing...
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's got...
Hello, mister. Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. Bye!
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall. It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing. Don't be too hard on yourself. You couldn't have known that for sure.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen?
We need to be out there with them. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
The locusts aren't doing all too well, but they're still in there. This isn't the empty trap. The trap stands empty near the reed. The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new... They're not really going to get the chance to...
Good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder? Don't answer that. It was a return.
All the traps are stopped now, and still no sight of... You see, a once bright mural towering above. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon... Feld Electrical. How ironic. All the Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to...
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack.
Why single out this one building? Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb, trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, is trying to talk to the city, something you've done before. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd been... She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we... And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building.
Or spiritual. She could be looking...
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. the depot. The wind had...
It's military. A service. The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might... From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is... You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but there is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before. It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of... These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your... I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks a little dismayed when he gets it back crumpled. However, it should be easier to peel the sticker off now. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day. Heavy wooden door. The lock turns easily.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark inard in the heart of the... A machine stands in the corner, watched over by
another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks.
We should probably let it be. It's becoming clear that there's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
A quaint little box of radio waves. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected behind the hatch. Sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like firefly. Another filament memory. Press play to... The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the...
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is...
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for...
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless we...
Now, can you please repeat the password? No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol.
Still, no. Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this company name.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Guylaine?
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. Nothing happens. The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even and then it's gone. It seems the sound here is detached from its... You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the...
His detached tone concealed. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing. He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The lieutenant...
Can you hear anything? I wonder why...
His detached tone... Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity. The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin, filled with vague shapes of woodwork. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see...
Officer, what are you looking at?
You see something hanging. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? Looks like the crab man. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general.
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will...
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to...
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. Hey, and what was that about? The bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it. Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Elvin...
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the man. This is the church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's... Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the raft.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Sure am. Whittling wood, now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gang way. but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. Nah, ese, it's not like that.
Do you remember your name?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. Your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out. I circled it. Nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go through. Oh, that's no simple question, Ese. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me. Oh, that she is a cavity in the dark. I will be incinerated. But not...
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I don't mean literal. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound. It's not like that at all, man.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot.
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That the mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. No worries, man. I know this shit takes time. Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins.
They look pretty dapper, actually. The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into...
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway. Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there. Might even be nice to...
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to...
Other spooker? Oh.
The Aita is... Grandma?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Oh,
wait.
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just...
Or search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is after.
That is true. But what comes after that?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña. I think we're done here, Essay.
That was, however, I'm still not sure.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. This is her. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet, as if under a microscope. As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross. Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger. Unknown. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen. Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, after life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif. Could these words be the password that unlocks the filament memory?
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as justice, union, prudence, and force. Eyes cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men. The highest category of historic individual. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system, an innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of... No, we are alone. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other many things, you know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, the past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. No, you must know. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels, even before she was declared an innocence. Her influence, it was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion, wow indeed, when her innocence was declared and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her. She was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the... That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Riel Belt. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started. Good. Now back out of this corner of your mind by choosing the bottom option. To hell with this. You've been standing here long enough. But she was not hell. She is the opposite of that. There you stand, below her once more, with your hands on your...
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small pine wood. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300...
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals...
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here.
Respectful? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place where the old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more... Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although...
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you it happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin. It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith.